My name is Meerah, and I'm a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the Great Old One, Rhan-Tegoth. He first appears in H.P. Lovecraft's story The Horror in the Museum, written in 1932 and published in 1933. He is alternatively known as the Terror of the Hominids and He of the Ivory Throne. Rhan-Tegoth, infinite and invincible, I am your slave and high priest. You are hungry, and I provide. I read the sign, and have led you forth. I shall feed you with blood, and you shall feed me with power. Rhan-Tegoth is described as being 15 feet in height, which is rather small for a Great Old One in my opinion, and insect-like, with an elephant-like trunk and 6 limbs with claw-like pincers. He originally called the planet of Yugoth home, which may explain why he looks so similar to the Migo. Rhan's family tree is one big shrub, and he is known for being weak in comparison to most other Great Ones, an unfortunate thing to be known for. He made the trip to Earth about 3 million years ago, and made his new home in the Arctic. This would have been during the Pliocene epoch, so from about 5 to 2.5 million years ago. In the Arctic, it is thought that he was worshipped by the pre-human Loic. At some point during this time, he migrated to Alaska and was worshipped allegedly by the inhabitants there, and their sacrifices made him stronger. But he would eventually sink into obscurity and be forgotten by his worshippers. He would, like all the other Great Old Ones, go into hibernation. He is thought to be the last Great Old One to sleep, and is alleged to be the first to awaken. Some believe that if Rhan is destroyed, the other Great Old Ones will also never wake up. However, I'm honestly not sure how they would accomplish that. I think I have yet to read of a Great Old One actually being defeated by humans. In 1926, a museum curator named George Rogers would head an expedition up the Noatak River to find the ancient city that Rhan-Tegoth lived in. They did find it, and George, seeing the Great Old One dreaming on his ivory throne, just freaking took him. George yoinked Rhan right out of there and lugged his Eldritch ass back to London, where he was supposed to be displayed in Rogers' Wax Museum. Oh, Rogers was British, that explains it. However, Rogers would disappear shortly after that expedition, and Rhan-Tegoth was sold off to the Royal Ontario Museum as an Alouette carving, which are the indigenous people that originate around the Aleutian Islands and western Alaska. Poor Rhan was declared a fake, however, and was chucked into storage, where he then disappeared. Rumor has it that Rhan-Tegoth resurfaced in the UK, and then New York, during the 1980s, but those are just rumors. Who knows where old Rhan is these days, but I hope he's having pleasant dreams. And that is it! Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I rambled today, and I hope to see you next time here in the library.